Welcome to Cooking with Beth, with your host, Beth Riccardelli.
So the banana bread that I made is completely cooked and cool, and I found that I had some cream cheese in the fridge, so I'm going to show you how to make some cream cheese frosting. You can eat it the way it is and it's going to be delicious, or if you have some extra stuff like the cream cheese, you can make a little frosting to put on top. So for this I'm going to use a bowl, a whisk, a mixing spoon, measuring cups and measuring spoons, and it's just 4 ingredients. So you're going to use butter, cream cheese, vanilla, and confectioner's sugar. So I'm going to start by putting the butter, full stick, into the bowl. This needs to be room temperature because otherwise it's going to be really hard to mix. And then you're going to take the whole package of cream cheese. So this is 8 ounces. That's typically how you would get cream cheese at the store. It comes in an 8-ounce pack. So you're going to use 1 of those completely. Just a spoon to kind of get it off. This also needs to be room temperature so that you can blend it with the butter pretty easily. So after you put those 2 ingredients in the bowl, you're going to take your spoon and you're going to cream them together. So this is when it's really important that you leave them out so that they're room temperature, otherwise it's very hard for them to combine. So alright. Make sure you scrape the sides on this one so that everything gets combined equally. Alright, once you have that all set, you're going to add in your vanilla. So in this case, you're going to use 1 teaspoon's worth. So measure that in. You can mix that. And then the last thing you're going to add is confectioner's sugar, which is also called powdered sugar, and that's going to make it nice and sweet. So you'll get a little tang from the cream cheese, and then you'll get sweetness from the sugar. I'm actually going to use, make sure it's all off your spoon, because we're going to switch over to the whisk in a second. Alright, so when you take confectioner's sugar out of the bag, sometimes it has little lumps in it. So in order to make sure that it's nice and smooth and your frosting doesn't have lumps, you can measure it out first. We're going to use about 3 cups. I'm going to start with 2, and we can always add more after, depending on how it tastes. And this doesn't have to be exact, so just add about a cup's worth in, and then you're going to put it into a screen and sift it. So shake it. Get it everywhere. And then you should probably use a little bit bigger bowl than I did in this case. But this gets rid of all the lumps in it and makes it so it's nice and smooth. It's like it's sitting. Start with this. Just gonna sit it there. And then I'm gonna add that in into my frosting. Making a mess. In this case, you can start using the whisk. It's gonna be a little bit hard to mix it first, but once you get going, you're going to get a nice frosting consistency. So, just add it right in. So this is about a cup's worth in here now. starting to look good. If you see, starting to look like frosting. I'm gonna add the second cup in. So right now it's good, but it's got a lot of butter and cream cheese in there still. So add a little more powdered sugar. See, if you look into the sifter, you can see that there's large pieces still in there, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So that's why we're doing this. Breaks them up as you go along. All right, so mix that in. If you have a mixer, you can do it with a mixer. But I wanted to show you that you can do it without it too. Just need to use a little bit of muscle. Alright, so it's starting to look like frosting, but I want to add just a little bit more sugar so it's a little bit sweeter than it is right now. So I'm going to do one more almost cup. Alright, so that should be good. I'll save the rest of this for another time. Mix this up. Whoa! One last time. Maybe you start a little slower than I just did. Now we've got an awesome frosting consistency. Just mix it up. Make sure that everything's completely incorporated. Sometimes it gets stuck in the whisk. You just gotta mix it a little bit faster and it'll come out. All right. So then you can take a knife and take out one of your pieces of banana bread. Make sure it's completely cooled, otherwise the frosting will just melt right on top of it. So I've got my piece right here. I'm going to take a little bit of your frosting and you can just add it to the top with the knife. If you have a piping bag and you want to make them look fancy, you can do that too. I don't have any in my kitchen right now, but this works just as well. There we go. And then